Hey, my people, it's your girl, Too Blessed. I hope everybody's having a great day. I apologize for the lighting and for the quality of this video. I am in my car and it is dark outside. I'm in my car because everybody's in the house making a lot of noise, and I really wanted to get on and make this video. So I came and sat in my car. But as you can see, this video from the title, this video will be about postpartum depression. I really felt like I needed to share my story with postpartum depression. It's something I'm still going through right now. I'm not done with it, but I was just hoping to maybe encourage someone else that may be going through it, or just to let you know that you're not crazy if you're going through it, or if you know someone that is going through it, encourage them. They're not crazy. This is a real live thing. So I guess I'll begin by telling you my story with postpartum depression. After I first had my baby, I felt fine. I felt, normal, tired, of course, but nothing out of the usual. About, I would say, a week or so after having him, I started to feel a little bit down. So I figured it was just because I was so tired. There was so much going on. Things were so different this time, as opposed to when I had my first child, that I just felt like maybe there was just so much going on. I was just overwhelmed. So I let more time go by. Well, as time went on, I got a little more down, a little more depressed. So I said, oh my gosh, I have the baby blues. I had this with my first, and it went away. I only had that for about a week or so, and that went away. So when I started to feel worse, I said, oh, this is the baby blues. This will go away. I told my husband, I think I have the baby blues. This will go away. But more time went by. And instead of getting better, it progressively got worse. And I knew something was going on at that point. I knew that it was more than just baby blues. I just wasn't feeling like myself at all. So I began to tell my husband that, I think something's going on. This is just not me. I just don't feel like myself. A little more time went on, and then my husband really started to get concerned. So concerned to where he called the doctor's office himself to make me an appointment to go in. So at that point, I knew it was a big deal. The deeper I sunk into postpartum depression, the more I wanted to, the more I did isolate myself. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. Everything was an effort. Everything took the most for me to do. If I had to be around people, it took so much energy for me to be around people, because then I had to try to be myself. But really, I was in like a acting mode, because I didn't feel anything like myself, but I had to pretend that I was myself, if that makes any type of sense. I was just extremely tired, just no energy at all, just extremely tired. It was a dark place. I felt like the real me was still here, but it was deep down in there. Like, I was in that sunken place. I felt exactly like Get Out, the movie Get Out. I was in that sunken down place. That's exactly how I felt. That was perfect. That was exactly how I felt. And it's just a really dark place to be. Eventually I began to reach out to a couple other people and tell them, how, I had been feeling, and, they would say, go talk to your doctor. Go talk to your doctor. But then I'm like, they're just going to put me on some medication, and I don't need any medication. So eventually one day I got up and I just said, I really just can't do this anymore. I told my husband, I don't care what they put me on. I can't do this anymore. I don't care what medication they want to give me. I can't do this anymore. This is the worst feeling in the world. I never felt like I was going to hurt myself or my baby, but to have everything be such an effort was the worst. And to just feel like a robot going through life. You're just going through the motions. You don't really feel anything. You're just going through the motions. So I called my doctor, got my appointment, and she put me on medication. And things have gotten much, 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 much better since I've started taking my medication. There's still, I still have my moments. I still have a few things that I need to work on and that I'm trying to sort through. But the hardest thing about postpartum depression is that it's not something that you can control. It's not, I can't just tell myself, you know what, we're not doing this anymore, and it'd be okay. Like, that's just not how it works. And I think that's the hardest thing for me, because I'm so used to just saying, you know what, I'm going to pray. I told myself, when I first started feeling depressed, I told myself, let me rebuke this spirit of depression right now in the name of Jesus. And and I prayed and I prayed, thinking that, I'm about to pray this thing away. But in reality, I mean, it's still good to pray, but in reality, it's not something that you're in control of. You're not in control of this thing. And you're not crazy, because then I started to think that, maybe I'm just going insane. Maybe I'm losing my mind. But you're not crazy. It's a real thing. And I never thought that I would be a person to experience it. I just never thought it happened to me. So I think that was another reason why I was so in denial about it, is because I never thought it had happened to me. I would hear about it, hear people talk about it, but I figured that'll never happen to me. That'll never be me. I will never allow myself to get to that place, is what I convinced myself of. I will never allow myself to get to that point. I will never allow myself to have postpartum depression. I just figured it will never be me. And I never knew how deep it is. I never knew that. Until it happened to me. It's nothing that I've done wrong. There was nothing I could have done to prevent it. It's just something that happens. And there was nothing that was helping me. I'm a talker. Normally I can just, call up a friend and, talk about something and get it off my chest and feel better. I couldn't do that with this. No matter how much I talked about how I felt, I never felt any better. And it didn't do a daggone thing for me. So I just want you to be encouraged if you're going through it, or someone who is. And if you're a man that's watching this, be supportive and be understanding, because your mate, or I don't know if it's your wife or your girlfriend, whomever, whatever she's going through, it's not by choice, and she doesn't want to be the way she is. It's something that's in control of her at the moment, is what it feels like anyway. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid to say, I need this medication. It's okay to need that medication. If that medication is going to make you feel better and make you a better person, until you get through with this thing, do that. Don't be embarrassed about it. Don't be ashamed to say something's not right. There are women that have killed their babies because they refused to get help. They refused to admit something was wrong and snapped one day because of postpartum depression. It's a real thing, and it's really serious. So hopefully through me sharing my story, someone else can feel encouraged. If they're going through this, or if they know someone, hopefully they can feel encouraged to know that it's all going to be okay and you can get through this. Like I said, I'm still not through it, but I know I will be through it. I know I will be over it. Get that medication. As soon as I started, I took the medication on the lowest dose, and when I started feeling, like I don't feel so good again, I called my doctor immediately to up my dosage, and she did, and I'm fine. So be encouraged. If you like this video, if you like the previous video I've posted, there'll be many more to come. Just hit the like and subscribe button, and you'll be able to, and also the bell, so you'll be able to receive notifications of when I'm uploading videos. And I want you all to know that you are perfectly imperfect, and have a great day.